Okay, we're recording. All right, hello everyone. I'm TC. Today we're talking about GameSound Con, which is where all the video gamers go of all ages. A lot of young people dressed weird, and so it was fun to see what the whole gaming musical scene was. And so I had a great accompanist, which is Alexandre Manoukian. He came with me, and we spent 3 days at this convention, met all kinds of people. It was really pretty interesting. Well, we learned a lot. So I'm going to bring on Alexander, and we can just kind of talk about that. So Alexander, what did you learn at that place? It was pretty crazy, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, this has nothing to do with the movie industry or the TV series industry. I mean, this is something way different, and you can see it when you arrive. And this only young people, like there were every ages, but mainly young people. I mean, there are some, yeah, as you said, people that are dressed kind of funny. That's what they call cosplay. They dress as the characters of their favorite video games. And I thought that was really funny because you have people from every people that you can imagine. That was very funny, and they were really nice, really interesting. And you see that those are just young people that dream to make video games their lives. So they just come to those places and try to learn more about that and to get a job maybe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I thought, yeah.
Well, you're a young guy, so you fit right in. It was that's pretty cool. The thing I like is the older people that are more experienced and have got some bigger credits. They're very nice. They're all trying to help
That's right.
the young people. And so this was in Los Angeles, which I know is your favorite city,
Yeah.
right? And so
right.
that was good.
Uh-huh.
I love the fact that you like LA so much because I'm from LA,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that I moved. But I did have a lot of years there. But you love it, right?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, it's like every time I go there, it's just an atmosphere that you cannot find anywhere else. It's like you're in a movie set. Everything from the movies is happening right there, and all those things. You're living the 50s at the same time, but the 80s, or you're living even in the future. Sometimes this is so fantastic. It's like, yeah, that's a movie set actually, and I know it's sometimes you're like, well, I know this and I know this, but I just love when you just hanging out in the car and just watching me. That's where you worked. That's where you went. That's where I just love that. Yeah.
I know you like palm trees.
Oh.
You like you like the Beverly Hills palm trees where they have more of those. When you commented on those, we were actually in Sherman Oaks, which is a nice area.
Yeah.
But they don't have as big of palm trees. They're a little bit different. But
That's right.
yeah, it was a pretty big eye-opening
Mm-hmm.
time for getting kind of going and meeting people. We must have met a dozen different people.
Oh yeah.
And I think that some of the composers out there should realize that there are some people that can help. And there's that the company, it's HALP, correct?
Yes, the
Help.
help. Yeah.
Help.
Here to help.
I always think of help,
No, yeah, that's their slogan. Yeah, here to help.
Yeah, we're here to help. And they're kind of like a, I guess, recruiter
Mm-hmm.
sort of company, right?
That's
And
what I
you
thought
met
too.
some of those people, didn't you?
Yeah, you did too. Man,
Yeah.
that was funny the way we met them because, TC just entered the big room and he said, "You hear that noise?" And I said, "What noise?" And he said, "You hear the crowd." And then I came like, "Well, okay, and let's record it," you said. And so we recorded the thing, and there was a lady kind of, you could hear her voice because she was screaming or something. And you said, "Well, let's go this direction." So we went there. That was Laura from the help booth. And then we talked to her. You explained some things, and that was I you didn't know, but I recorded all of this, so we have still the recording of the conversation.
You recorded the
Yeah, I
conversation?
did. Yeah, I have
Wow.
like 15 minutes, so I will show you. I mean, you can put an extra if you
Oh my
want.
God, I didn't say anything embarrassing, did I?
No, no, no.
She was awesome. She was
Oh,
from
yeah.
Brazil.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she was
Uh-huh.
very energetic, and she's emailed me twice already.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
got another email from her today. I think they're going to be very
Uh-huh.
interested in having
Yeah.
you register
Sure. I
as
mean,
soon as possible. So they want to meet November, I think, 15th.
uh-huh. Yeah, that's right. I think so.
So I have that.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And so what was your most unique experience there, if you can think of one? Because we did stuff other than just go there. We also drove up to the Hollywood sign
that
and
was
that
cool.
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And you got some pictures of that. So maybe we'll throw those pictures
Yeah,
in
sure, of course.
so people can see. Have you ever been that close to the Hollywood sign before?
I mean, I've been there with my family in 2018, but no, I'm there with a real Californian guy, you know. I mean, a kind of Georgian Californian guy, you know. But the guy knows everything about everything, so I'm just like, you know, he's just showing me like this is there. Here people run for, you know, the big actors. They just go there to do their running and during the morning, and I'm like, this is so fucking cool, man. And I just love every second of it. And yeah, that was cool. It was. I mean, California is always very good weather. So you have the blue sky. I mean, sometimes it's cloudy, but it's never that cold or anything. And that's just literally a movie, you know. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I loved the night we spent with those two guys at the hotel, and then Joe Sitka joined us, and we had a great tour. I mean, I really liked Joe, and it was very interesting and very.
Well, tell everybody who Joe Sitka is,
Yeah.
so they know who he is.
Oh yeah, I mean Joe Sitka is a director and a producer, is he?
Yep.
And you worked with him on a lot of Scooby-Doo's movies that
Yeah.
are movies that I watched when I was a kid. Man, I knew all of them by heart. That's so funny. It's like that's my childhood, you know, because Scooby-Doo is so cool, man. And so now I'm friend with the guy that made the music and the guy that made the show actually. So this is so cool. And yeah, he's a really interesting guy. He knows a lot of things, and it's very interesting to see him talk because he's not talking about himself that much. And
No, he asked questions
yeah, that's
about
right.
who you are.
yeah, that was
And how-
impressive. Yeah.
And talked about me. I mean, I was a little embarrassed because the way he introduced me, I felt like I should be paid a lot more than I get paid. But he liked you very much, and we followed up with him already, and he's going to talk to us this week.
Yeah.
But just so you know, he turned me on to something very interesting that I never realized before.
Okay.
That cartoon characters, they have a driving force.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that really are popular have a driving force. And for Scooby-Doo,
Mm-hmm.
it's that Scooby and Shag
Yeah.
are best friends.
Yeah.
So they have that.
Uh-huh.
They love to eat. It's all about food,
Yeah, that's
right?
right.
And they also make silly mistakes and get into adventures, but they never abandon one another. They're always best friends
Yeah, that's right.
to the end, right?
Yeah.
And so with Joe, I was able to work on writing a lot of songs because every Scooby-Doo,
Yeah.
there was at least two, but maybe three sometimes, and they
So
called them
cool.
romps, but they were actually
Yeah.
songs.
Oh yeah, you told me. What's the name?
Brothers Forever was the one song
Uh-huh.
that we wrote that became kind of a hit,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was a lot of fun
Yeah, that's
to
cool.
to work with him. So
That's Ramps, you said?
sorry,
You said it's Ramps, how do you call the songs?
romp.
Romp, okay.
Yeah, like you're romping in the fields. You're romping, you know.
Yeah, you told me that name before. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the thing about Joe is he's the type of director
Uh-huh.
that he'll get into you
Mhm.
and want to sit with you and be creative, which is just fantastic because
Yeah.
he's such a creative guy. You know, when he walks into a room, you notice how, because we were sitting talking to a couple of other
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, that's
One guy
right.
was a programmer,
Uh-huh.
and
He was working, one was a programmer and the other one was working at Lionsgate, I think.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
working at Lionsgate as I'm not so sure, something like a script reader.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
think I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
They were interesting guys, yeah.
But when Joe walked in, it's like, you know, Mr. Wonderful walked in or something, you know.
That's right.
It was really fantastic. I
Yeah.
just love that guy.
Oh yeah.
So who else? We met some very interesting people. Mason.
Oh, Mason Lieberman, yeah. I mean, all those people that we met is that's thanks to Savina, which is just great. I mean, she knows everybody. That's so impressive because she said, "Oh, you have to talk to that guy," and everybody loves her. I mean, how can you not love her, you know? And she's just so nice. And so she introduced us to Mason Lieberman, who is a music composer for video games, and he was doing a round table or something, and we just came at the end, and he said, "Well, let's go grab a lunch or something with you guys."
Yeah.
And he spent 1 hour with us, and
He was great. He was great. Well,
Oh,
he
yeah.
works for Tencent,
uh-huh.
which is a huge international company.
Yeah.
And the fact, well, it just tells you who Savina is because
Oh, yeah.
everybody, if she says, "Hey, these guys are great," they're going to spend time with you.
Mm-hmm.
And he bought us lunch.
That's right.
Which is the last thing I ever expect. I always
Yeah.
expect to
Yeah.
take care of that.
Uh-huh.
And remember what his answer was, because I said, "You don't have to do that." He says, "Yes, I do."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And-
Because she said that he said he wants to take care of us because Savina said or something. Yeah. He was just really nice and gave a lot of advices. Man, he's young. I mean, he's like 30 or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
young
even-
guy.
Yeah, very young guy and a very funny guy. He had some great stories to say and some great advice. I love that. I really had a great time. I hope you did.
Oh, I had a great time.
Yeah.
For me, when we go on these trips, like we went to Nashville,
Oh.
and that
Yeah.
was fun in Nashville,
yeah,
and we met Sandra Schwartz, and
Yeah.
so in LA is a little bit more like my hometown, you know, and it was really great because I know it so well. I know the town,
Mm-hmm.
and so when we were going to have dinner, we went to Maselli's restaurant.
Love it.
And did you like Maselli's?
Oh yeah.
What
That's-
did you like the best out of it?
Oh.
The people out there that are listening to this don't even have a slightest idea of what it is.
Oh yeah. Well, I have to say first, Miseli is an Italian place, Italian restaurant in LA that is like, I think it's 49 or something. That's
1949.
yeah, the 49. That's really cool. And there are two of them in LA, and so the last time I went, it was exactly 1 year ago. I went with my father to LA, and we went to the other one because there are two of them. There is one in Hollywood Boulevard, and the other one is the one we went to. I don't remember the place exactly. And we just it's Universal City or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And so the thing is that it's a restaurant, very Italian style, very old school thing. And you go there and you just grab some Italian food. But the thing that is interesting is that all the waiters, they are singers, opera singers, and very, very talented, very professional. So they just do their job as a waiter. And then sometime there is a guy that is playing the piano. They just come up to the piano and say, "Oh, let's do that song," and they sing like, what the hell, I mean, you're not expecting that at all. The first time I went there, I was so impressed, like, wow, that's so cool. And and so we went there the 2 times, one time just with you and the other one with Skip.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to get to play there. And so the guy, that Brian, he was really, really nice. And he said, "Oh, I know that song, I know Besame Mucho." I said, "Let's do Besame Mucho." So we came to play that, and I had a great time. That was wonderful, I think.
Yeah, it was an interesting time because we met everybody. We walked in the restaurant and we immediately started meeting people. Sandy, who was the gal that is in front of the door and welcomes people, and then the Brian, who is a big. He's like a football player.
Oh yeah.
And he's a baritone. I'd say he's a baritone.
Oh yes, wonderful voice.
And trained.
Yeah.
Trained singer. And gregarious guy, just smiling. He's a Mexican guy, had a great big black beard,
Yeah,
And,
that's right.
He liked you right away. The piano player wasn't so sure about having this young guy come in who wants to play the piano.
Yeah.
That was Jeff. Jeff,
Yeah,
the piano
Jeff.
player.
Yeah.
Jeff. You know, he was a little nervous about his job, I think, but he was cool, and you ended up doing that, and you did a great job, by the way.
Thank you. Well, I just have to say that I feel like that was a very good time, and I mean, playing like this is just great, and that would be a very cool job, you know, to have the time you live there, and you want to make your live as a composer, your life as a composer, and waiting for big jobs, you know, you can go to some place. That would be wonderful, I think. And yeah, so I don't know, maybe in a few months that would be some place I want to go to work.
Yeah, I think we'll get a job.
Uh-huh.
That place is be great because you learn all the opera pieces.
Oh yeah.
And you're learning and playing some fun music.
Yeah.
And I think we heard 3 or 4 singers. And
that's right.
all of them, one gal was a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
She was a little bit harsh. I liked her. She sang good, but she was loud. You know, she was
that's
like when they would sing "Happy Birthday" to people.
Oh, that was
and
great.
So her voice was always the soprano, really high and up in the register. And
yeah, that's right. No, I just thought that Brian was really cool, and he reminded me of Barry White. So that was fun. You know, kind of very big guy. You know, that just is huge, you know, huge voice, huge everything, huge heart, and the guy was so sweet, and it was very funny, you know, and as you would say, entertaining the shit out of people. That was hilarious.
Oh, it was funny. He was singing, and he grabbed that guy's phone, and he took a selfie with the people behind him like that. That was awesome. I love that.
Yeah, and I'm still in touch with him. We're talking now, and so we're talking. He's sending me some songs, and I mean, so that's the guy we're going to meet next time we go to LA. And
so you're going to know his repertoire.
Oh yeah, I mean, what I like is that it's not just opera things just to say it's opera, you know. It's opera things that people know and that people will like, and there are sometimes new things that people don't know but are something that you can easily enjoy, you know. And because it doesn't have to be that complicated, you know, because sometimes opera, I mean, they're not going to sing something by Wagner or anything. They're going to sing some very beautiful Italian songs, like, you know, Besame Mucho, that's Spanish song, but I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just, that's just fantastic.
Well, they could sing Wagner, and we could get one of those horned hats, you know. You know those.
I mean, we're speaking for 4 hours of singing, you know.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Oh
So that's really good. And let me think, what else did we do? Oh, we tried. We tried to go to John Williams' house.
Oh yeah.
But we couldn't do it because there's too much traffic. LA traffic.
It's okay.
Forget it. It's worse, you know.
Oh, but we went to the New York Film Academy.
Oh yeah, we went to and met Barbara. She was great.
Yeah.
And we're talking to her. The New York Film Academy has a big, beautiful building.
Oh yeah.
In downtown Burbank.
Yeah, just next to the Warner Studios, I think.
Yeah, just next there, and it's a school. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
So they teach. So we're probably going to help them out if we can. With some of the students, the more promising students, to
that's right.
get them some music, educate them on how to spot a film and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I thought that, you know, every time when we went to Nashville, I really liked the fact that you just go to every doors in the, you know, studio area, and you just knock and you meet people, you know, like going to Mike Curb or that kind of thing. And I said, wow, I love doing this, so let's try to do something in LA. I say, oh, we should go there and there and there, and you're like, wow, okay. And then you say, actually, you're the one doing the talking, you know, so I don't have to worry about anything. I just have to be there and smile, you know, like.
Yeah, all you do is you just say, hey, I want to do this, and then it's my job to figure it out. And but, you know, we look, you know, there's a higher power that's looking out for us.
Oh, yeah.
And this is proof, because you said, hey, what about there? There's the New York Film Academy.
Yeah.
Right? And, okay. I was a little hesitant, but we walked up to the door, and it was locked. It's one of those buzzer doors, you know. Yeah. And as soon as we walked up, there was a guy coming.
Yeah.
And he opened the door and held it open for us.
Yeah,
and we walked in.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy, a
really
security
nice.
guy.
Yeah, really nice.
Right? And he was he was very helpful.
Oh yeah.
And he's trying to help us because all we had was the name of the CEO.
That wasn't, of course, wasn't in.
Yeah,
in
what
LA,
was his name? Mike Young.
Mike Young, yeah, Michael Young.
Yeah, so we telling this poor security guy, yeah, we're here to see Mike Young, and he says, well, do you have an appointment? He says, no, but we're here to see him. We just want to see him, and he was cool. I think he thought that we were so gutsy
Yeah.
that he wanted to help us
Yeah.
get in.
And I don't know if it was like random that Barbara went down, or if it just
No.
she was called. And actually, she went there because she was called, or
She was coming to talk to him,
Yeah.
and when she saw what we were trying to do,
Yeah.
she jumped in
Yeah.
and
That's
tried to
cool.
help us, gave us her personal information,
That's
which
right.
we've
Good job.
sent out emails to her,
that's
and
right.
I'll probably hear something today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And very, very nice person.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's just everything that are coming along. Like you find a parking spot just in front of it, then you get to get in, then you get to. I mean, everything is. That's signs that you have to do this, because if it was all closed or thing, that's just you don't go there, you just leave,
Yeah.
But then we met some people, and I think she's pretty substantial. I mean, she was very, very nice, and I just looked for her credits, and she was very impressive.
I think she's super substantial.
That's right.
Yeah, she's. I mean, you did the research on her, and
Oh yeah.
she's a major person, and really a sweetheart.
Yeah,
So
oh,
I
yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what people don't realize is when you're walking into a convention or into a restaurant or into a new building or something like that, most of the time you get rejected. And people that say, well, you can't do that, you got to leave. And never happens with Alexandre and me. Never once has it happened. We
Sorry.
pull up. If we're going to meet John Debney, there's a parking spot right in front of where John Debney's office is.
Yeah.
We walk up, hit the buzzer. No one answers. They come down, get the door. We go in. They didn't. We didn't. It wasn't even John Debney that answered. It was this really great-looking gal. So we go up and meet, and so this happens to us. We believe that there's a higher power that is really kind of watching over our shoulders, And this happened in Nashville. This happened in LA. It happens in Gainesville. I mean, we walked into a restaurant in Gainesville at Luna's, and I never met the owner before. We started talking to him. I introduced this young piano player from Paris. The next thing I know, he's entertaining the bar. It's really fantastic.
Yeah.
And you do a great job.
Oh, thank you. Wow. And yeah, I enjoy doing this, so that's a great sign. And yeah, I mean, I did this in Geneva also because I went to see the movie on the French singer Charles Navour, and the guy said whenever you have an opportunity you have to take it, and I said, well, fuck it, I'm just going to go to some jazz bar place and play during the whole night. And I went there and I just loved entertaining people and doing like we did, you play a song, you tell stories about the song, and I said, wow, if we can get to play at Disney, that would be fantastic and would make our next LA trip so much worth it,
Yeah.
And so I'm learning some more Disney songs.
We're gonna play at Disney.
Oh,
So
I'm
we'll
sure
let
about
people know there'll be a podcast
Yeah.
on that too. And just so everybody out there can follow what we're doing.
that. Mm-hmm.
We've met a lot of people at Disney. Most it's very difficult to walk into offices and meet as many people. We've met a lot of people. And every one of them is trying to help.
Oh yeah.
And so what we want to do is we want to give a little mini concert
Mm-hmm.
at the office buildings. So
Yeah.
everybody from Disney, and it's the holidays coming up. And so we have 3 people that are working hard to get that to happen. So I think it's going to happen, don't you?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I know that when Alan Menken did that, he had a great success. And I mean, it's kind of people are working at Disney, and Disney people, I call them, they are just so nice and so wonderful. They are the best people, because they have like a child soul, you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
you do something beautiful, they're going to love it, and that's the way it works, So if you play Disney songs to Disney people, at the Disney studio, they are just going to go crazy about that. And I love, this is wonderful. I mean, beautiful songs, Sherman Brothers, the Alan Menken songs. That is just wonderful. And you tell stories. And I mean, Savina, even when she told us about when she worked at Disney during the great time of Aladdin, The Hunchback, and other things, she was so emotional about that because those are just beautiful memories, and people cannot stop thinking about how beautiful it was and how wonderful Disney was, and it is still.
Yeah.
And so there are, I mean, that would be something wonderful to do, I think.
Well, they definitely are all our family.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's right.
in actuality, I mean, Savina and Gina
Yeah.
are family, so they're both.
Yeah.
So I always like to say you got a lot of people out there that are interested in helping us get where we want to get,
Mm-hmm.
which is standing in front of huge orchestras, conducting your music.
That's right. Wow.
And you'll probably put me on the union contract, so I can be in the booth.
Oh, you can, of course. You can even conduct if you want to.
Yeah, I'll conduct a couple pieces. Just keep it in 4/4.
Yeah, I can give you some cues if you want to work someday.
I don't think so. I had my, well, maybe, I don't know. But I
I'm
think
joking.
right now I just concentrate on
Yeah.
you because I think the world of your music and everything that you've accomplished so far, it's really been quite incredible. And, the credits, to everybody we tell that you've scored for the Summer Olympics in Paris.
Yeah.
We don't tell them exactly what you did, but it's quite a bit of music. They played it a lot.
Oh,
And that you've had some commissioned pieces for orchestra work, and that you won the Marvin Hamlish composer competition,
The
international.
awards,
So I don't know how many people were in that. 1,000?
Oh, I think so. I mean, there were pretty much a lot of people. That was a fantastic experience.
So out of 1,000 people, you won. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have Jeff pull some of your music.
Yeah.
And we're going to end this podcast with some of your big pieces going.
Yeah, sure.
And so, Jeff, you can start at any time right now. And we're just going to sign off here. But, it's really fun. So far, we have to go to Atlanta, downtown Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
And see Trilla Studios.
You have to go there.
Yeah, it's okay, Jeff. Have the music. Keep going. Yeah, it's okay, Jeff. You can go. Turn it up a little bit. Turn it up a little bit. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
A little louder.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, we have to go to the trade. I made some list of, because I think that going to festivals and meet people, that's the most important thing. Like Erwin Miller that we met, he's a director and producer, and he's working with Disney, with Hulu, and so we just keeping in touch with him. And so, as you said, meeting those people would be great, because that's how you get the jobs,
Yeah.
And and even after watching the John Williams documentary, he started he did during 20 years music for TV shows, and like Western kind of things, sci-fi kind of things. And I said, wow, you told me a lot. You told me it's been a long time since you've been telling me, that we have to get a TV show. And now I know that you're right, and I understand why, because that's not an easy way, but this is the most efficient way to get credit and to enjoy what you are doing. And I mean, so that's what we're gonna try to do.
That's right. TV shows, you can still have a life. You'd be busy and you'd be working hard, but you still have a life. And they have earning power for years and years and years if you get a nice big hit TV show. And it's great, and that's what you want to have, is that base, so you don't have to feel like you're desperate ever for work. You've got enough work. It's then you can pick and choose, and that's what you want to do. Because those big films with big orchestras are high level monies,
that's right.
It's a lot of money for those. Those films. All right, well, that's great. This is T.C. Jones, and I'm with Alexandre Manoukian. It was really great talking to you guys and having you come on the inside. I hope you like this podcast, and just keep looking for us. pretty soon we'll be doing several a week. But right now we're just kind of taking our time. We're putting our team together. But you'll be able to follow the whole path. So Alexander, you have anything you want to say to everybody?
Well, I feel like we're getting better at it, doing podcasts, and this is more and more enjoyable, so I'm just happy about that, and we keep you posted on everything. There you go.
That's great.
Yeah.
Next time we'll see you.